So this is a key to success. Your sponsor recruits and supports you, you do the same, and their girls will then do the same in turn. And that's when Carly talked, that resonated so much with me that first year, because I thought, you know what, that's totally true. Because as you put it down the line, and the better job that you do, the better job that your people are going to do as well. Everyone tries to recruit 2 or more a month. That doesn't always happen. Some months I might have 5 or 6. Some months I might really struggle, but at least I'm, trying to put myself out there. I'm in buying sales. I'm going to those trade shows. I'm trying to connect with people. I'm talking to customers at those trade show tables. Offering that opportunity if you see that, if they're ordering a bunch of stuff, why not, right? Oh, you're about to spend $200. Do you want to become a presenter instead and get a discount? It's pretty easy to drop that stuff in. Understand that many will quit, so dig deep and continue to recruit. Katie is really big on this, and so am I. I dig really deep into my downline. If I see somebody that is in my group that I can just tell is a gem, I reach out to them. Because you never know. I have 4th generations who are now my personal sponsors. Because they felt comfortable with me, they talked to me, and they moved up with me. So you don't know where they're going to come from. So for promoting, you need to visualize. I talked about this. What is my next status? What do I need to get there? Set goals and make a plan. So if this is where I want to be, then what do I need to do? If you're not thinking about what you need to do, it's going to take you longer to get there. You have to have those plans in place. You have to have the goals. Help your girls to do the same thing. Dig deep down your downline. We talked about that. With digging deep, these are the things, the key things you need to be looking for in your downline. You need to be looking for who are your runners? Who has the high PRS month after month? So you're looking through every month and you're taking notes. I mean, every month you should be saying, like every Tuesday, I always compliment my group. These are my top 10 this week. So every week, and one of my girls, Dana, is hilarious. She's like, oh, there's 4 people above me and I get to the top of that list. And she does everything that she can to get to the top because she does not like being below, that 5 to 10. Like, there's 450 people on this team, right? But she's determined to get there. So high PRS, who's consistently recruiting 1 or more monthly? Do you want to put them into that get to pay group? So if you have people that are promoting and you see that they're really doing a really great job, they might not be your personally sponsored, who cares? Help them get to pink. Because that will help their sponsors to get further. It helps everybody all in one. So spot those gems and nurture them. That's what I was saying. But with Dana, she was my 4th generation. And she was doing really, really well. She was doing everything right. And I saw she was doing everything right. She had everything on her wall. She had her VIP group, which I was part of. She was doing really great virtual parties. And then one day she quit. And I was just so sick to my stomach. Because she didn't see in herself what I saw in her. And I knew she was a gem right from the very, very beginning. So I said, I messaged her for a while, and I said, you know what? I really wish that you would come back. And she said, you know what, I'm really busy right now, and it's just not right for me. There's some things going on in my family. Somebody has died that was very close to her, and she was traveling a lot. So she had a really hard time coping with different things in life. 2 months later, I messaged her and I said, I really miss having you on the team. It was so nice to have you in the chat group. You were so helpful. I could just see you going so far in this business, and I really think you should give it another try. And she told me, I'm not ready. But a few months later, her husband got sent overseas, and she said, you know what, I'm going to give this another try. I need something to get my mind off of my husband being over there in war zone. So I said, okay, let me help you. She was amazing. She was there for over a year and was still stuck in yellow status. But I didn't care. I still saw the potential in her because she was consistent. She was trying really hard. So then Dana, that month, recruited 5 people. Once she had the mindset to say, you know what, I can do this. 5 people. I was so proud of her. She started becoming like the virtual party queen in my group. She does more virtual parties than anyone else that's on my did everything that she could to just try to get herself moving forward. And I was just so proud of her. Makes me all proud. I actually cry sometimes when I think about her because she's one of those people, you know, like we actually say I love you back and forth. And we genuinely mean that. You know, she's always like, you're so inspiring. I'm like, thanks! That makes me feel really good. Because I always feel like, I don't feel like a very inspiring person. And that's, again, back to your insecurities, right? But people are watching you and they are following you and they do look up to you. And, you know, it's hard to see that sometimes. Be creative. Creativity is one thing that I did a lot. Like my sponsor would always be like, oh, Cheryl, that's a great idea. When I talk with more and more people, that's when I always get my best ideas. I find it really a struggle when I'm on my own to think, what could I do, what could I do? Ask other wise sisters, like connect with people in this room. If you have business cards, give them out to people that are in this room. And connect with them. Like, what did you do to get to blue? What did you do? Like, that's why I wanted you guys to have these tags. I want you guys, when you go home today, to maybe set yourself up with pacing partners who are at the same level that you are. I want you to connect with them and say, you know, what did you do to get to blue status? What did you do to get to purple? What did you do to get to black here? I mean, we've already told you a few little things, but it's really good to connect with other wise sisters. Like, I watch people from Tiff's group, and I think, wow, that person's really strong. Like, how did she get over 100 personally sponsors? You know? Like, we don't even have that ourselves. I'm like, wow, look at that person go. So get yourself a pacing partner. You have your little stickers here. Try to find somebody else maybe today that you might connect with. They don't have to be at the same level. Tiff and I were not. I actually thought that we were when Karen kind of set us up together. Such a good setup. She apparently was purple, but I thought she was orange when we first met. But it doesn't matter. We're like neck and neck all the time. Every month we're like, oh my gosh, we're twinning again. Yeah. We're twinning again.
Yeah, now Cheryl's
Plus, we like to have these little battles. Like before convention, I said to her, okay, let's challenge one another. I said, you know what? Let's do a little challenge that, let's see who can get to 5 recruits this month, because I was determined I had to start recruiting better. So I said, you know what? Whoever wins is going to buy the, or whoever wins gets free dinner from the other person. I had her. Oh my God, I was so close. And I'm like, yes, I have 3. But that pushed her even harder. When she knew that I had 3, she's like, oh, I have 1. And she pushed so hard, and she got to 4. And I'm like, okay, fine. You want to go for dinner? But you know what? Those things are great. Like, challenge each other. Have fun with this business.
Yeah.
Okay? It doesn't have to be just you. You're not alone. You have all of us. Okay? So network with other TS people. Follow them on Facebook. Dana is the queen of doing this. She gets ideas from all these other companies. She then takes those little pictures, you know, changes it up, and oh, now it's Younique. She's amazing for doing it. And it works really well because other companies have great ideas too. Why not network with those other people? Because you're going to get fresh ideas from them as well, and they take them from you. Play games in your VIP group. People love the games. Like I have the big Disney Younique, and everybody loves those. Because the competitive people come out and they're like, oh, I want free stuff. I know my Disney. And it's interesting to watch them, it's funny. But then they interact well and they're like, oh, that was fun, let's do it again. That's one of the things I find that's best with the virtual parties actually, is doing those games. People love it. So making videos, going live, offer makeovers to people, blitz. Doesn't mean that you have to go out and, hey, random stranger, how are you doing? I have a blitz card. Yeah. That's kind of weird. I like to go with the one, and it was funny, the first time that Katie was telling all of us, go with the one eye done. I thought, oh, I don't want to look like that. It's just so weird. People can look at me funny and think I lost my lash extensions. And sometimes people would. They'd be like, oh, honey, you lost your lash extension. Oh, actually, no, this is the new Younique mascara. And then they would go, oh, tell me what this mascara, that is mascara? No, it's not. And sometimes they didn't even want to touch my lashes, which is a little weird. But I got so many customers from doing that. One of my girls went out, she's a chatterbox, like me, and she sold 13 mascaras in one day because she had that one eye done. And I was like, okay, if she's doing 13, I'm going out with one eye done, and I'm doing it too. If they tell you to do it, try it. You're going to feel really silly going out with your one eye done, but it totally works. And then you have your little bag with your mascaras in there, or your cards. My friend went with 5 and she sold all of them on the spot, and then she had to come back later and deliver. Big deal, right? Okay, pacing partner, yes, playing games. Like even last year at Halloween, of course I had pretty makeup on one side and I had, scary makeup on the other. And people would say, wow, your makeup job's really great. Thanks! It's all unique. And sometimes they would ask, oh, can I have your card? Or whatever. I had a big pile of business cards when I went out trick-or-treating with my child. It works. Different things work. So be creative, try different things. Be yourself. Like that was totally the end. Like, oh, I'm going trick-or-treating. How can I sell my Younique? So I went with my business cards. Front lines and down lines. Focus on your front lines and have them repeat the same thing. Focus on the coachable ones. This one I really had a hard time with. It took me a really long time to get over that coachable ones. Some people are just, I don't want to say they're not coachable. They are coachable, but they don't see themselves as coachable. Or some of them can be really difficult and they're not relating to you. So then try to direct them to an upline. If you see that there's a different connection with a different upline, you can always connect them to a different upline. You can connect them to your sponsor, whatever works, right? But if they're not, and when we say coachable, those are people who actually come to the training. Those are people who are showing you that they're interested. They're watching the videos that you sent them. If you recommended a book, they go out and they buy that book. Those are the people who are coachable. If they're doing the things that you're laying out in your personal group, then they're coachable. They want to do it. Learn to scroll your team. That was me talking, previously about, scroll your team, see what's going on, see who can use that extra support, see where those gems are falling. Write down your top presenter for the last 3 months PRS. So every 3 months, you should be looking at who's had really strong PRS in the last few months, who has been consistent the last 3 months. They're working, they're building their team, and who are my top recruiters. Those are people that I find are the easiest to kind of go with. Those are your most coachable. Thank you. Okay, quickly before lunch, because I can't even see the time anymore. Now I'm stressed. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's probably like 12:05. Okay, business essentials. So different platforms. Facebook wall posts should be at least 1 to 2 a day that are just your faith about Younique. Okay? Otherwise, you should have things about. My husband's really locked about, he doesn't like me putting pictures of my child up there, and that's totally fine. So I have those just set for my friends only, but then I try to not just post about Younique, so that if somebody comes to my wall, it doesn't look like just Younique. A lot of times when people friend request me, and I click on their profile, because I'm trying to figure out who they are, and all I see are all of their pictures of their kids, and that's all that they do have public. And I thought, well, if you're running a business, and all I see is your family, I don't know that you're a Younique presenter to begin with. So you really need to make sure that those posts are public. Because it happens a lot. I constantly go on people's wall, and I have no idea that they're a Younique presenter. I would never know if I hadn't seen, that it might say, pink status presenter. Or they might have messaged me and said, oh, I'm a pink status presenter with Younique. Can I send you a friend request? Because people can't follow me because I'm a teacher, and I don't want my students following me. Because they follow me around all day long. Virtual parties are a must. This was something that Tiff and I talked about a lot because at the beginning, I was really going back and said, how come we're struggling so much? And we do. Everybody goes through those struggling points. That's when their pacing partner is great to help you with ideas. And I said to her, what did I do at the beginning? And I really had to put myself back. What was I doing? What did my sponsor tell me? What was I supposed to be doing at the beginning? And then I stepped back and said, you know what? At the beginning, I was doing a lot of virtual parties. That's why I was meeting new customers. And then I noticed I haven't done one in months. And it was 8 months that I hadn't done one. But as soon as I started doing those, I started getting booked for more of them. So remember, virtual parties, keep doing them. VIP group and Facebook page. People ask me all the time, or I see them posting, and I think you talked about this earlier. VIP groups are great because those are people that they're previous customers, they're your friends, they're your family, you have them added in. page is completely different. That page opens you up to the international world. Eventually, Younique is going to be everywhere. So you want to make sure that you're focusing to a bigger population. My Facebook page is where I get the majority of my orders from, especially after boosts. So some fun extras, you know, for me, I call it an extra just because I'm very time consumed, but I love home parties. I've only done a few, and every time it's like over $1,000, right? I love home parties because they get to try it. They get to actually see what it's going to look like on their face. They get to see how their skin is going to react to it, and they always love it, and that's when they go, oh, okay, that was great. I was actually coming here for lipstick, but that foundation's fantastic. The last one that I did, I actually made everybody, I went through the whole step, which took forever, not necessarily the best idea, but some of them who didn't wear foundations, I sold 3 to people who haven't worn foundations in 10 years. Get them to try it. Forcing is okay. Right? Trade shows, of course. I love trade shows. I've started to try to do at least one a month. Like, I am very busy, but that is such a great way to get out there for other DS people and to meet, you know, your future customers and potential recruits. Fundraisers I haven't done myself, but I know that some of my girls love to do fundraisers in their child's school, so that's also another really good option. Networking, like I've said before, you know, reach out to the other friends from other DS companies, via buy-sell groups, trade shows, etc. Support your friends from other companies. You know, my train group is exactly what I do. Did I talk? I don't think I talked about it today. Yeah, I told you. Okay. The train group is one of my favorite places. Like, that's where I get a lot of my other business, right? Christmas multi-vendor events are great. You know that you have 5 or 6 different friends who sell different things. Then, you know, have everybody come over to somebody's house. Move the furniture out of the way, whatever you have to do. And then, you know, you buy from each other. You're encouraging other people to buy from those small businesses. Adding 5 friends a day leads to new possibilities. And as Karen talked about this morning, you know, you do that by going into those new groups, meeting people on the playground, people at your child's, you know, Taekwondo class or whatever it might be. Whatever you're doing in your life, you try to make that. Parties, so everyone should be hosting them monthly if you can. Lately, I've started doing birthday bashes, so I kind of creep on my Facebook and I look to see, you know, who has a birthday coming up, and I just ask them. And they love this because then they're getting free stuff for their birthday. Why not, right?
So what do you ask them? You say, do you want to have a birthday bash?
Yeah, you know what, I saw that your birthday is coming up soon. You know, would you be interested in possibly getting some free makeup or skincare products from having a birthday bash? You know, don't worry, I'm not going to make you do any work. I don't do the work. Well, sometimes I try to get them involved as much as I can. You know, I'll help with some posts, post some pictures of the products that you've already been using. And then my friend who I did it for just this last month, well, actually it was this month, she said, you know what, I don't think it's going to go very well. Like, my friends just don't like parties. She had a very good, successful party. You know, she got her 3 half-off items. She had $90-some, and you know, in cash. So it was great. New customers, new party potential, yes.
I actually posted a picture of a cupcake on my Facebook wall and said, who has a birthday coming up next month
Yep.
and wants to earn some food like that. And
I
I had
did the same thing, but not with the
so many
company.
comments, and
Yeah.
then just private messages.
And did parties work out? Parties?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I found that's one of the best ways to start those. You know, it's your birthday coming up. How about let's give free makeup for your birthday?
And then make it all about the hostess.
Absolutely, and that's exactly what I did. I used the hostess.
Yeah.
You know, I said, you guys know how sweet Candace is. You know, let's try to give back to her this year. You know, let's get her some reward points and get her some free makeup for her birthday. Because then, you know, you're thinking, oh, I didn't know what to get for her. That helps, right? So I thought it was a good idea. Lash links, we use these a lot in the past. Not necessarily everybody likes to do them, but you take a link, you basically start partying with them, and you call it lash link. And then they post it on, well, you post it on their wall saying this is their lash link or whatever. And then their friends can click on it and go to it. I haven't done one in a while, to be honest, so I'm a little rusty on that part. Makeup tutorials, of course, as they were saying, like you can go live, you can go online. You know, today I which I like to talk, but not in front of people. So I would have my one eye done, and that way I know I only have to do one. But when other people go on, I'm like, oh, that's gonna take forever. You're doing the whole thing, no way. One eye done, good to go. Parties lead to new customers, potential recruits, and of course, for the parties, which will then lead to more possibilities for recruits and customers. Do you have any more in there? Boosts. Boosts are one of my favorite things ever. At the beginning, I didn't think they were working, but now I know they totally do because they're bringing people to your page. People can then like your page. People can come and ask you for products. It's a great way to get people coming in, new potentials for customers and recruiting as well. So, I'll just read my slide. New customer potential recruits, virtual parties, of course. So attempt to boost 1 to 2 times a month. You know, you can do, these are just some examples. Recruiting, you can do, what is this? Recruiting, video, I don't know what I was thinking there. New products, kudos, etc. So when you get the kudos, you immediately go on, you do a live video, and you let people know about the kudo. Or you can do a recruiting video, and you don't necessarily have to talk. Like I love the one that Karen had done with her group. You know, I've actually done one in English and Spanish. I had my husband completely, word for word, he translated everything I wanted to say. So this way, I don't have to use my disgusting, rusty Spanish, because I can't, I'm not fluent in Spanish. So I can just pull the cards up that, you know, they're bilingual, English, Spanish. I haven't made it yet, but I'm on it as soon as we're done. Boost allow you to network and recruit internationally versus the EIP, which is your current circle, which I said. Personal development, this may or may not be my last slide, I don't know. Hey, lunchtime. So personal development. We learn the how-tos as we go. And this is one of those things that, you know, who's that? Big Al. I went to Big Al.
Yes.
And he was saying, like, that was one of the things that a lot of people get stuck up on. I don't know how to do this. I don't know how to put on makeup. I don't know how to do this. That's okay. I will teach you as you go. We need to really make sure that we're calm with that and we make them feel reassured. It's okay. Have you seen my makeup lately? Look at myself. I love yours. Selfie from now, and here's my selfie from later. Yeah, those are great because then people see that you progress as you go. Train yourself through experiences of your sponsor or their other uplines. That's what I do with Karen, right? I look at her things, I look at, you know, you look through what they're doing and you pick and choose from your uplines on what things are going to work for you as well. Watching videos. Not all of us have the time to sit down and read. We should, I know. But sometimes my reading, you know, happens on, it can happen on your phone or whatever. But watching videos, the university in your back office, reading, seminars, webinars, training groups. So you guys are all on the right